Cliffhangers and Cocktails podcast with Amy Sissel and
Shea McLeod.
We're USA Today bestselling authors of paranormal women's fiction, among other things. And this podcast is brought to you by the Cat Tavern.
Today we're going to be talking with urban fantasy author C. Thomas Lafollette. He will be joining us all the way from Portugal, which you will magically transport to Portugal also.
Yes, right now I am in Portland.
Right.
But when the interview part comes up, I will be magically in Portugal. Magically. Because we're witches.
Yes. Yeah, we're there. We'll also be talking about, the usual witchy stuff and drinky poos. I don't believe I said that.
Drinky poos. Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Dude, we could do that for the whole episode.
I think people might stop listening after like the third round. Well, today we have an affirmation that I picked up because we're going to be talking about, abundance and stuff. So I give thanks for all the abundance in my life and open myself to receiving more.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
All the abundance.
More. All of it. All of it. And
we all deserve it.
Yes.
Us, everyone listening.
Everyone listening.
Thomas Lafollette.
Yes, we all deserve abundance.
Cheers. Cheers to abundance.
Cheers to abundance.
My drink is bigger than my face.
Ooh.
It's not really, it's perspective.
Yes. But it looks good. It looks big.
Yeah. Sometimes we talk about the affirmation a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, yay, abundance.
Abundance. Woo. Yeah, like woo. Yeah. No, yeah, we're really in I know we're really into the whole like abundance thing and everything. And I just had a call with Lisa Vino and Renee Rose that I do every month with a bunch of people. And we always talk about abundance and bring things that are holding you back and letting those things go. And so, woo, it was really awesome. It was a really good call. And we're going to have them on in a couple of weeks or something. And I can't wait. It's going to be fun. But
we're actually interviewing them in a couple days.
No.
In a week and a half. We have a calendar. We're not just winging it completely.
Yeah. I know it sounds like it because literally our brains are Swiss cheese about half the time, or at least mine is.
Mine is getting better.
I mean, mine is a lot better than it used to be. Because before I went on HRT, I was forgetting literally like every fifth word, I swear. And like really simple things. I'd be like, the cold place. And Alan would stare at me.
But your soul?
Hey, my soul is hot as hell. I meant the refrigerator.
Oh.
Yeah. And the freezer like would be variably either the colder place or the place that makes things super cold or the icebox.
Icebox, got it.
I mean, that does come from somewhere. I mean, it's way before my time. Yeah. I'm just assuming that when they were invented, there were ice boxes and the name kind of stuck.
There was ice in the box.
Yeah.
And then you put stuff in it. And like bodies.
Sometimes.
I mean, we need to keep them cold sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, my parents literally have one of those freezers you could put a whole body in. Maybe even two. Yeah. I think everybody's parents have those.
I had one up until about 10 years ago. Yeah, we had two of them growing up because farm country often need space for half a hog.
Half a cow, in our case. Yeah.
That too. Turkeys and chickens.
Uh-huh.
But I saw a meme, I think it was, where it had like freezers and it was like, here's the size, like 1 to 4 people. Or 1 to 2 people. Or 3 to 4 people. And I'm like, wow, they're really, really advertising to a certain demographic.
Very, very specific demographic. Yes. Yeah. So speaking of things you put in the freezer, why don't you tell us about the the full moon coming up?
Oh, I would love to. Why are we putting that in the freezer, though? Well, I'm not sure I understand your segue.
Okay, so my father used to fish for things, and fish go in the freezer when you fish for things.
Okay.
And that
Okay.
is
Okay.
where I say, see, wasn't that like a stellar segue? Nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I do now. August 9th is the sturgeon full moon, the full moon of August. So if you do, sturgeon is a fish, and it relates very much, the sturgeon part of it relates very much to, this is when, in like especially the Northeast United States, when it
Mhm.
became very easy to catch the sturgeon, so that you could catch them and get them ready for the overwintering part.
Mhm.
It's a celebration of like the first harvest, which we're seeing with Lunasa.
Mhm.
And so we're in that first harvest phase of the year.
Mhm.
And so the sturgeon moon kind of represents that
And a
piece of it.
an
Like
abundance of fish,
an abundance of fish.
which I mean, we could say it's an abundance of things other than fish, hopefully.
Only fish. That's why I'm moving to Portugal at the end of the month, where there is an abundance of tinned fish. They are into their tinned fish then. There's whole like carnival looking stores devoted to tinned fish.
That's wild. I
It's
wonder
pretty
what,
great.
because they're like, I mean, the coast is right there. So you would think fresh fish, but
I mean, you can get fresh fish too, but the tinned fish thing is
huh,
bananas. All kinds of tinned fish.
that is wild. That is really wild. I would not have thought they were so into tin fish. Well,
I will have to post a picture of one of those tinned fish carnival stores.
sure, because now that you, I really feel like I need to see this store.
Everyone needs to see it.
So the sturgeon moon, I was just looking it up, and the energy, and of course I had it right here, and then of course it went away. So here we go. Strength, perseverance, and spirituality is like the energy that this full moon is bringing. And I would argue too, obviously, abundance, because it is first harvest. It is when the fish were abundant and they were a really important part of the diet of the indigenous peoples. And that's, like you said, what got them through the winter. So they weren't tinning them, they were not in cans. Ice boxes, maybe.
Probably originally like salting
Salting and
or
smoking.
dry.
I think probably some smoking going on or whatnot. So, but that's really what got them through the winter. So I think, to me, abundance is a really clear vibe of this moon, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously. And what's really cool is for us, being that, no, for me, not you. I keep forgetting we were born in the same month, but we're not the same sign.
We are not.
We are not. So this moon is actually, even though it's August, it's a full moon in August, it's actually in Aquarius. So it's the full moon in Aquarius. So for all those Aquarians out there, this is like a really good time just to like spend some time working on your spiritual self and get yourself a little spiritual upgrade, or as the youth say, a glow up.
So some of the things also with this phase of the full moon is it's a really good time to connect with
Mm-hmm.
the energy of the world, tap into your intuition, your inner wisdom, like make those personal connections,
Mm-hmm.
interpersonal connections with the people you care about the most. This is a harvest is a time of gathering together
Right.
for a specific goal.
Of community. Yeah,
Yes.
really.
So, I mean, it's not like we're at in February going, no community for you. Although actually there's a lot of in that time of the year, there's a
Yeah,
lot of looking into
introspection.
yourself. So we are saying don't participate in community in February.
Except for my birthday, which all community is demanded to attend because it is
Oh,
my,
okay,
yeah.
actually February is community. No community January.
January. There you go.
But because harvest is such a big community event, and
Mhm.
this is the first of three harvest festivals. There's this one, Lunasa, there's Muban,
Yep.
Muban. And then
And then
Samhain
Samhain.
marks the end of the harvest
Yeah.
season and the entry into the dark time of the year where no more community. Oh no, we still get community at Yule. But it's the beginning of the coming together, the
Hmm.
gathering of people, the gathering of crops,
Yeah.
And it's just a really powerful time.
Hmm. Yeah, for sure. And it's just a good time to get involved with your community, or, whether your community is your town or your neighborhood or your friend group or your chosen family,
Your coven.
your coven. Yeah, just, to get involved with them, to do some witchy magic, to get involved in some community service to make your where you live a better place. It's just a really, really good time of year for that. So,
And like being part of community, I think is one of the most powerful things we can do ever. But
mhm,
I'm thinking now specifically as Shay and I live in the United States, making sure we're connected to community is so
it's
important.
crucial. Absolutely
And
crucial.
making sure that people who need to be lifted up are being lifted up because otherwise everyone
Yeah,
goes down.
yeah. I mean, they literally, this is a thing that they, being experts, I don't know, say that, I mean, the way to get through hard times, which we're clearly in right now, is literally by having community, by having people around that you can trust, that you can depend on, they can trust and depend on you. That's literally how we get through this, is together. And I was just reading an article literally this morning, actually, which I love, that women who speak regularly with at least three close friends are something like 30% less likely to die from a heart attack.
Really? Yay!
So I definitely have that many, actually more. I have probably 4, 5, like, women that I talk to on the regular. And, there's the coven, and then I have a couple of others. And so, yeah, I'm going to live forever. It's cool.
Yay, me too. And I also want to say if you are a person who doesn't feel like you have community or feels like it's too difficult to maintain or initiate community, don't be afraid. You can be afraid. Don't let fear stop you from reaching out to someone you have a connection with, even if it's been a minute
Mhm.
since you've talked, because generally speaking, connections can fade over time, but if
Mhm.
there's a real connection there, you can pick it up. Like we're talking
Absolutely.
about our community, and I
Yeah.
have a couple of friends that I went to university with
Hmm.
that I mean, and I moved to LA with Marcy, my one of my friends after college, and these two people are both back in South Dakota, and we don't see each other.
Hmm.
I've lived on the West Coast for since 1999. I can't do that math, probably like 5 years. Um,
Definitely 5 years.
like maybe seven on the
Maybe,
outside,
yeah.
but I don't see them that often. I saw them a year and a half ago, and that was the first time in 7 years that I'd seen them.
Wow.
But it's always like time hasn't passed. We do that
Yeah.
catching up, but then
Yeah.
time hasn't passed.
Yeah.
So I get to see them, and I'm so excited
Yeah.
to have that. And so if you have people like that in your life that
Hmm.
maybe you've fallen out of touch with, reach out. Because what's
Yeah.
the worst thing that's going to happen to you? Is
Yeah.
they're going to be like, oh, not respond, or be like, oh, like I don't have space in my life right now.
Right.
And it'll
But
hurt, but it's
yeah,
probably not going to happen.
right. I mean, mostly you're probably going to have people glad to hear from you. And this is especially good time if you're a Leo to reconnect with those people. Like, my moon's in Leo. So the sturgeon moon is a really good time for Leos, particularly, to connect with old friends and people they've fallen out of touch with. And you know what? If you do not have the spoons to deal with humans in real life, that's okay, because
Store bought
online
are fine. Oh,
store
no.
bought are
No.
fine. Yeah. But no, seriously, like, online community counts as well, as long
Oh,
as it
yeah.
is a safe space where you can be genuinely yourself with these people, and they can be genuine with you, and you don't have to hide bits of yourself or mask,
Hmm.
that you can be genuine with these people. That's community too.
My best friends in the whole world, a person that I would say is like right up there in my community,
Hmm.
is someone that I have been friends with for 14 years, a little more than 14 years. We've
Hmm.
never met in real life.
Hmm. Hmm.
Never, ever.
Yeah.
And she knows all my secrets.
She knows where the bodies are buried.
She maybe helped me bury them. Just kidding, there are no bodies. I don't have a freezer anymore, remember?
No, it's buried. No. Oh, well, shall we talk about today's drink? With that
Unless you
lovely.
have more moons to talk
No,
about. I
no,
don't.
that's
Oh,
really
I did
it.
want to add
Oh,
something. Oh,
yes.
so in addition to having that community connection, this is a
Mhm.
really good time of year to start setting intentions, figuring out what you need to release as we go forward
Mm,
into the darkness,
yeah.
is when we start looking at what we've done, what we need to let go
Mhm.
of, what's not serving us, and what we want going forward. So it's a great time to do some journaling, some meditation, just like intention review.
Yeah. And take
Like
stock
I
of
have a
your,
manifestation board.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I'm gonna see like where am I at?
Where am I going? But also
Um,
like to take stock of your personal relationships, well, business
mhm.
relationships too, really, any
Yeah.
relationships in your life, and go, maybe there's some that aren't serving you
Hmm.
anymore, or that maybe you need to let go of, or maybe there's some that need adjusting. Maybe there's someone that you have wanted to kind of get closer to, and maybe this is a good time to like maybe put a little bit more effort into that relationship. So this is a really good time for that too. Business and personal. I agree.
Yes.
Any kind of people in your life.
Yeah. And I mean, so I have my manifestation board for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I'm going to do is go look at it and see what have I not been giving enough energy to.
Mm.
Because we still have we still have 5 months left of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And what was here that I don't want to give energy to?
Yeah.
Like, is there anything that I thought January 1st was going to be important, but it turns
Mm-hmm.
out is not important?
Yeah.
Because I can tell you that on January 1st, I had no plans to move to Portugal this year.
No, you weren't going to move for another couple of years or something.
And now, as this airs, I am 10 days away from Wheels Up.
Oh my goodness.
So I need to look at that manifestation board because I know I sure as shit wasn't manifesting getting to Portugal unless I accidentally did.
I think you did. I honestly think you did because you were just fed up with your job. You were worried about the state of things, like especially concerning your daughter, and just
I
like
was ready.
you were just ready. You were ready to be gone. And I definitely think you kicked that manifestation into high gear because you were vibing there. That was your energy, was like, I want to be in Portugal now. I don't want to
Hmm.
wait. But you were saying, I want to wait these many years because of these reasons. But your energy was all, I'm gone, bitches.
100%. And
Yes.
I've been writing for a long time. I published my first book in February of 2017. Years are weird because
Yours
that sounds
are
like it's
weird.
more than 5 or 6 years after 1999, but yet it can't be because that was 8 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, math is so
How
tricky.
how is 2017 8 years ago? Oh my gosh, what is happening?
That's when I started publishing, though, and I'm ready to be a full-time author. And I am
Yes.
now. I
Well, you are
am
now.
for
Yeah.
2 months.
I will toast to that.
Oh, and speaking of
Chin
toasting to
chin.
that,
That was a better segue. There we go.
oh, I am still not used to the camera with our background.
Yeah.
Where does the drink go? You'd think after years of Zoom meetings, I would know stuff, but I
No.
hardly ever drank during work meetings. So,
If you did, it was in a mug. Yeah. So I know we had gin and tonics for our last episode, but we're having them again because this is Chris's favorite cocktail as well. Yes.
okay,
Yes.
so I'm going to be real upfront here. I
Uh-huh.
know Chris fairly well.
Fairly
He
well.
actually he invited me over to do the interview at his place in Portugal, which
Mostly
was
because
nice.
you're like married and stuff.
Yeah, we are married and stuff. This is my husband we are speaking of. And I have to say that he loves a good gin and tonic. But I think that if he'd had some really good whiskey, we would have enjoyed a whiskey drink.
Well, I was actually very, very tempted today to do like a highball, which is just whiskey and ginger beer or ginger ale, because, well, we discussed in our last recording that I am now out of gin, which is a really sad state of affairs.
How are you still out of gin?
Well, my butler hasn't driven me to the store. He's
Ugh,
also my chauffeur, so he hasn't driven me to the store to get more gin. So today I
can't
was
help any.
I know you really can't. I thought about doing, one of those, but instead I did, which I really should have in Chris's honor. But instead, I made it with soju.
I can't see your glass. It's like transparent. There you
There we
go.
go. I mean, it doesn't look any different really from yours, but it's just a different, like, I like it because this is a plum soju. So it makes this really nicely with the tonic water. It's basically the same. I just swapped out gin.
Hey, I think I got the proportions pretty exact for this one.
Ooh.
1 to 3.
I was going, yeah, 1 to 3. I was going with my heart this time. I thought I will take a page out of Amy's book and go with my heart.
Well, I
Because
didn't make this recipe. I have more gin, but I think I have the equivalent more tonic water
well, I
because
have
of my
confidence
giant.
that you will always have more.
Yes.
So, as we discussed last time, just a quick reminder, this is great energy for cleansing, protecting, healing, renewal, and resilience. And if you want to ramp up the energy on that, you can also drop in like a black tourmaline for cleansing negative energy, or just
Oh,
don't choke on the stone.
okay. Okay, listen. So my landlord has been doing open houses at my
Yeah.
condo, which I find super annoying.
Mm,
But so I was trying to get it open house ready-ish. I don't care that much because I'm in the process of moving.
yeah.
I just like finished having a broken foot. It still gets sore sometimes, but I'm moving heavy shit to get it out of the way last week. And I picked something up and it was much heavier than I was expecting. And I felt like this pop in my bicep.
Ugh.
And you guys, it hurt so bad. Like I was
Ugh.
sitting and I still had to clean
Mm,
because you do. And later that afternoon or evening, I was sitting there trying to drink a beer.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, it hurts too much to have beer to drink with my other hand.
Oh no, that's terrible.
Fortunately, I'm an ambidextrous drinker.
I mean, so am I. I'm not ambidextrous in most things, but drinking, yes. Yeah.
But the thing is in my recliner, the little table is on the right side.
Ah,
So I'd have
not
to pick it
optimal.
up with my right hand,
Switch
pass
it.
it over to my left hand. And like, you guys, my life is so hard.
That's really, really, really sad. And also, you're moving to Portugal, so
So hard. I think that this is probably in the interview that we haven't done yet, clearly, that I'm going to be teleporting to
hmm
any second now.
hmm
But so when I was in Portugal for this interview with Chris, and
hmm
we had gin and
hmm
tonics, gins and tonics. I don't know. We
He had
drank these
booze.
drinks. Chris like measured them. You guys, like he measured.
Yeah, he's a man after my own heart. As we've discussed before, I'm a measurer. Amy is a heart pourer.
I married a measurer.
This
And
is
it's not like this is
often,
news, but
no, I mean, yeah. I think in every relationship there is a measurer and a heart pourer to some degree.
he very much enjoys like ritual
Mm,
of food and drink preparation more than I do. And I love that. Love that. Because it's like so important. And when you read his books, like if you read his Red City Reaper book, the main character has a bar, like a dive bar with a tea
mhm,
shop in the back.
mm.
And you can tell the ritual of the tea is so comforting to this main character. And that is very much something that Chris brings. I like a peppermint tea or that Paris tea,
Oh,
honey and
Paris
Sons
tea.
Paris tea.
It's the
I
bomb.
love those teas,
Mm,
but Chris loves tea.
mm,
He loves the ritual of tea and the ceremony of tea, and that's really
mm.
something fun that's reflected in the main character of this
That's
book.
cool. I like that.
That
We didn't actually really hit on that. I mean, we talked about the tea room in the interview, or we
mhm.
will, but we didn't talk about that. So that's really interesting. I like that little peek into the mind of the author.
It's really fun because I don't know very many authors that well, but I do know Chris.
Well,
Yes.
speaking of Chris, shall we go? Would you like to teleport so we can go talk to him now?
Oh, yes, I have to teleport and change my caftan,
Kaftan.
and I'll be right back with
Okay.
y'all.
Toodaloo.
We are super excited to have C. Thomas Lafollette with us today. As you can see, he is here with me in person. I'm there with him in person. I'm in Portugal right now. And full disclosure, this is my husband. So
Why?
that, you know,
Why,
there's
yes,
no,
we do practice nepotism.
is it nepotism? It's like,
If it's your husband, I don't.
it's not like we're hiring him.
Well, that's true. He doesn't get paid, so it's not really.
Anyway, um, so C. Thomas Lafollette is a student of history and he's a world traveler. He's dined with the prime minister, read poetry with, oh geez, you know how I always say I need to like practice my pronunciation before I start reading
Yeah,
bios?
you
Hey,
did
so
it again.
he has read poetry with
Yevgeny Yevtushenko.
and drank
Woo!
beer with monks. He's the author of the action adventure urban fantasy series Luke I Entry and the Last Vampire War, the Red City Reaper series, and the just published
Red City Runesmith.
Red City Runesmith. You know what? It's really kind of embarrassing that I didn't know that. Besides reading and writing, he loves a good action movie, be it a Hollywood blockbuster or a classic samurai flick, as well as the occasional rom-com. He lives in Portugal with his partner,
The devastatingly talented Amy Sissel. Oh, I love this. Oh, kissing up to the boss. Yes.
That's been the bio for like well over a year now. So it's like it's not my fault she didn't notice.
His devastatingly talented wife, his stepdaughter, and their three jerk-faced cats who are extra jerk-faced because they just got to Portugal. And so they had a whole like long adventure and they're gatos now.
Are they telling you about it a lot? Are they there with you? I mean, were you able to pick them up?
They got delivered to Chris the day before I arrived.
So you didn't have to go pick them up. That's
didn't.
amazing.
Nobody did. I would also like to compliment Chris for matching our logo color as well as my.
Yes.
Excellent.
Bravo.
Well, we have so many questions. So many questions for you.
Yes. And I'm going to start off with the most important question of all. Do you have a favorite cocktail?
Yes. We can see here. Oops.
Ooh,
there we go. That's
better.
We have a couple gin and tonics.
Yum. Me too.
My favorite summer drink. And this is Roku gin, which is a Japanese gin.
Ooh, neat. I've always wanted to try that.
Variation. What, yours has ginger?
Yeah, mine's got some ginger straws, and yours has a lime.
I'm using botanist gin from Scotland.
Oh, yeah,
which is my favorite. Although I haven't tried Roku yet but I want to because it sounds yum. And
available there.
It is.
It is. Yeah, I saw it at the liquor store. So I just haven't gotten around to picking up. Maybe I'll do this on the next drive. But yeah, I did fresh lime juice and Fever Tree tonic, which is
That's what we have to, yes?
Yeah, we're using the Fever Tree Indian.
mine is the light. So I don't know what the difference is, but there's got like kind of a citrusiness to it, and
I think the light is less sugar, so it kind of highlights the bitterness more.
maybe. Yeah, because it's not super sweet, but it's very refreshing. I really like it. I don't make them very often, but I quite like them. So
I think what's really interesting about this is so Chris made our gins and tonic today. Gins and tonics, our drinks. He made our cocktails. And so I went into the kitchen just to like after I did the sound and camera check that needed to be redone. He was like measuring stuff.
yeah, that's what I do also. And yes, we discovered that when we do cocktails, I make the cocktail generally as per the recipe, unless I need to, exchange an ingredient or something. And I measure everything, because I'm a baker, so everything has to be measured properly so you get the right balance. But Amy makes cocktails with her heart.
And sometimes I forget ingredients.
And yes.
And
Sometimes
that's okay.
completely leave out a main ingredient. Yeah. And then
Like for the pineapple margaritas when I left out the pineapple juice.
yes, that one. Or like I'll put like, oh, I have 1.5 ounces of gin in this cocktail. And she will be like, I have way more than that.
I have gin in this cocktail. Yes. Anyway, so Chris is a measurer too, and I guess I'm outnumbered here. I bake, and when I bake, I measure with a little
Well,
scale and everything.
Yeah. Otherwise,
cocktails?
you might have a disaster. I mean, it's true. Cocktails are a little more forgiving, but I always think it's pretty funny.
Yeah. All right. So now that we've covered the only question that we really no, that's not
That we
that's
really
not the end
care
of it.
about. We don't care about anything else.
We just want to. This is the cocktails hour, not the cliffhangers. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your author journey? When did you start writing? How many books you have published? A little bit about that piece of it. Obviously, I don't even read your bio, so this could all be new information for me.
Let's see. I started like a lot of people did. After reading Lord of the Rings, I created 4 nightly orders based on the hobbits, each of the hobbits. And I don't remember if I actually wrote much or I just kind of like outlined notes. And
Yeah.
then in creative writing in college, I did for my free write journal for the year, I did a Star Wars fan fiction.
Fantastic. Yes.
Kind of went away from writing fiction and got back into it with short stories and sucked at writing short stories. I think I have finished more novels in 1 year than I did short stories in 20.
I can tell you that he had a couple novellas that he wrote for his first series that came out that are, how many words would you say those novellas are?
70 and 77,000.
Okay, I hate to break this to you, but 70,000 is not a novella. It is a full-ass novel.
It was intended as a novella. It just did not end as a novella.
I think you overshot the mark just a scotch.
It's a few novellas. Oh, like, yeah.
And then after that, I started doing I started my own beer blog and was getting published in some magazines and was looking to transition out of that and back into fiction. And Amy, we were coming back from Bend, and Amy played the first Iron Druid for me. I'd never really heard urban fantasy before.
Aha.
That was my first exposure to urban fantasy and kind of fell in love with the genre. I'd been wanting to write fantasy, but I kind of burned out on epic and because everything seemed to be grim dark and didn't want to be writing 200, 300,000 word books.
That's just a novella.
Yeah. Wasn't looking to do like the grim dark slog and really fell in love with urban fantasy. And then with Amy's help, started writing my first book, which was Dark Fangs Rising, the first of the Luke Irontree books.
Yeah. Cool.
Now I'm just published my 20th book. My 21st will come out. It's finished in a Kickstarter anthology that's already funded, so that'll come out probably in a couple months as well.
Awesome. Awesome.
I want to say you started writing full-time in 2020. Like, you were a pandemic full-time writer.
Yeah.
And published your first book in 2021. So, like, this is 2025. So, in 4 years, you've published 20 books.
And they're chunky. Yeah, they are chunky little monsters. They're not.
Are you talking about the cats? What?
Well, them too. But don't tell them I said that.
Yeah, the Luke Irontrees are all about 100,000 words, and then the Red City books are all around 65 to 75.
Oh, novellas. Yes. Okay.
Yes. Only in the novellas with his latest series.
For those of you listening who don't know the difference between a novel and a novella, the science fiction and fantasy writers of America long ago sort of denoted that a book that is up to 40,000 words is a novella, and a book that is 40,000 and over is a novel. So to call a 70,000 word, and most traditional publishers require books to be 75,000 in length. So I always laugh when people
he
go,
knows it's not a novella. I just want to be clear that up until this moment, he wasn't like laboring under the assumption that he had written novellas.
But they're joke novellas.
They're joke novellas.
Because they're twice as long.
Yeah. I'm actually just ran into that problem as well, where I'm like, uh-oh. I think I'm almost done with Act 1, and I have about 20,000 words.
Oopsie.
Oopsies.
I'm kind of the other way around, that I like, when I finish my first draft, it's like 15,000 words, you know. But by the time I get done, it's like 40. So, you know, but I just write short books. So, because I do what I want. Also,
whatever works.
Also, I have fewer murders. Like in an urban fantasy, you generally, I don't know, I killed a lot of vampires in my urban fantasies because it was sort of like, what to do now? Oh, let's go hunt vampires or whatever. So, yeah, cozy in this, but
do violence in my urban fantasy.
I think I have violence in my heart, and I would blame it on perimenopause, but I was in my 30s at the time.
I have a little bit.
And now I do sneaky little murders like poisons and things. So,
nice.
Fictionally speaking, I want to be very clear.
Course. Author's innocent.
So, tell us more about, we're talking today about A Shot for Death, which is your first book in your new series, the Red Reaper City.
First book in my Red City Reaper.
Red City Reaper, that's it. Sorry, I got my... Yes.
So there's 4 books out on that.
Oh, there's 4
Red
out.
City Reaper. Yeah, 4 out. Then the book I just published is the first spin-off of that series.
Okay. And so A Shot for Death is the first book in the series, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Set in this world.
All right, cool. So what inspired, this story, this world, that you've, because it's not in the same world as Luke Irontree, right? It's a different world.
Correct.
So what?
Yeah, it's a completely
so
unique world from that.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the inspiration was like, well, I kind of had the random thought, as we do as authors, like, what would happen if? And then it was like, what happened if the Grim Reaper or what happened if Death was forced to live as a human?
Mm.
And then it's set in Red City, which is short for Redemption City.
Okay.
It's kind of inspired by Frank Miller's Sin City.
Okay.
Which is this like really super corrupt, violent city.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually Basin City, so it's kind of like I played with the shortened name, Red City. Kind of then you get it's a bloody city.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of corrupt cops, corrupt politicians, and so Dax, who's my exiled Grim Reaper, is just trying to stay low and run his dive bar and exist with his friends. And that's about it until someone tries to assassinate him.
Dive bar / tea house.
Yes, dive bar /
Oh,
tea house.
I like the combination. This is like my sort of dream place, like a dive bar / tea house, and then like maybe a bookstore in the back.
The tea house is in the back. There's no room for a bookstore.
So it's like a
store to a soul food restaurant. Is that right?
Yes, they opened up a soul food restaurant in the building.
Fantastic. I love it. I want to go there.
Yes. I mean, we don't actually want to go to Red City. Well, I am telling you right now, we do not want to go there. And why wouldn't we want to go there, Chris? Tell us why.
Yes, tell us why we would not want to go there.
Well, it's kind of, the cops are corrupt, and then when they want to do bad things that aren't even they're too bad for them, they have a white supremacist werewolf biker gang that they use to do their really dirty work, and they're the ones targeting Dax for some reason.
Okay. That sounds, I was going to say almost nonfiction, but maybe I shouldn't go quite that far.
If you want, I can always edit that out, but yeah, it's based on a true story.
Minus the werewolf thing.
Fictionalized to protect the guilty.
Yeah. But yes, that sounds not fun. But I love the tea room, like with the bar. That's awesome. Um, well, we already know what inspired you to write paranormal and urban because you just told us.
We did. We did. But what's the most unusual or interesting research you've done in the course of writing?
Oh, probably when I was writing the Luke Iron Tree series, I was going to introduce a character who's a Parthian, which is an ancient kind of steppes horse people.
Okay.
And her gimmick was going to be she's an archer.
Mm-hmm.
And so I studied a lot of ancient archery, ancient art and history around the Amazons, because the Parthians are kind of considered in that
Yeah.
realm,
Mm-hmm.
both as fictional as well as in reality. That they had a mixed. Their militaries are mixed
Yeah.
genders, because it's horse archery, so you just need to be able to draw a bow and ride a horse. And
Yeah.
they're extremely difficult skills to master, but
Yes.
so that's what I learned about how the techniques and versus other types of archery. So I got really into archery and like finding. I love experimental archaeologists, people who
Mm-hmm.
like because you don't know exactly how things, and so they keep messing with trying to like create replica to the standards of then, and then actually see how was the most likely logical use for things.
Right.
So there's a
That
lot
is
of
very
great
cool.
YouTube videos
Yeah.
exploring those topics as well.
Fun. That's so awesome. I thought, I like that they think, that the Amazons were actually inspired by the steppe people. And I just think that's like so cool because, yes, they were like that they had that where the women could be warriors too, and there wasn't any like, oh, you can't be a warrior because you're a girl.
Also, they got to ride really pretty horses, which is the most important part.
Well, that is the most important part because who cares about bows and arrows? Like, it's the horses.
Right.
If you want like a really good book, it's written kind of a little bit like pop history, but it's
Okay.
Adrienne Meyer's The Amazons.
Oh, okay.
She's a historian and she's written extensively about the horse peoples and basically women warrior culture.
That's so cool.
In the ancient world and a few with some more modern examples as well as in the medieval. And
that's so cool. I love it.
Oh, hey, write that down.
I did.
I just randomly yell that out to our
Oh,
PA.
yeah. Oh, our PA. Hey, write that down.
I keep trying to get my kiddo to hire her to do that job, but she has a limited attention span, and apparently I do not pay enough. I was going to pay minimum wage.
That's pretty good when you're 13.
I know, right?
I mean, do you know what
she wants double minimum wage.
Oh my gosh. Kids these days. Do you know what I got paid picking berries in a field at the age of 13? Like $1.
Did you have shoes? Did you have to walk up those both ways?
No, but it was very hot and the raspberry bushes scratched me a lot. And I got sunburns. And I think I made about $1 an hour. I'm gonna be ended up doing a lot of day drinking because we will be recording at like 11 a.m. Pacific, which will be like what 6 p.m. your time. And yes. So
7 our time.
7. So that means I will be having I will be day drinking. Okay.
Yay!
Yay for day drinking. Right. Okay. Back to the matter at hand. If your series
was really a cocktails podcast, actually.
This is really more cocktail hour. Okay, so let's say this new series, the Reaper series, was picked up for television. What actor would you want to play Dax?
The closest I can kind of think of would be someone like Bill Skarsgård, who's tall, really kind of lanky and skinny. Not typically considered conventionally handsome.
I know a guy.
You know a guy?
I know a guy.
That's the best I can come up with. Okay. I kind of looked through the rest of the cast as well, but I guess the best I can come up with for Bill at this point in time, or for Dax.
I can see it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
And then when he stars in your series, then I can hang out with his brother and we can talk about Sweden.
Sure. Yeah, talk about Sweden.
We can find write a role for all the Skarsgårds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And just be like, just bring the Skarsgård family and we'll be fine.
I know a guy. I
For of them that are acting?
I don't know that much about it. The two littlest ones are too young to act, so they probably aren't. But okay, yeah. Cool. Sorry.
Cool. I knew this was going to happen, and this is delightful, and I'm fine, and everybody's going to love it, so it doesn't matter.
It's true. Like I mean, we have a lot of fun in our interviews anyway.
Yeah.
Like with everybody we've talked to, it's always so fun.
And
but when we both know the people like
Yeah.
really well, it's
really fun. And then we go totally off the rails, and
I think that's what makes us the best.
Exactly. It is. Because people like when people go off the rails.
It's like a train wreck. They can't stop watching.
It's branding.
It's branding, yes. Our brand is
Our brand is train wreck. Hotness train wreck.
Wait, okay. We are interviewing lovely and talented author, C. Thomas Lafollette. So we could ask some more of the interview questions.
Yeah.
We could. Like, what are your plans for this year? How many books are you releasing? What's going on with the Dax series? Are you going to publish anything more in that one this year?
Probably, yeah. I think that's going to be the next one. I published 2 already, the 4th Dax book, and then I just published the new spin-off, which is Red City Runesmith, which is the book's called. Why do I keep forgetting my own book titles?
I don't know. It's called Insert Title Here.
Insert title here, yes.
I'll just like do a weird voiceover when I'm reading it. I'll just be like, book, and it'll just be me, and I'm going to do a real weird voice with a real weird accent.
Yeah.
So it's completely obvious.
So it looks like it's dubbed. Yeah.
The title is Road to Rune, Rune. Each of the series they have a titling theme, so it's all drinks related themes for Dax.
Okay.
Whereas it's all going to be rune, like country music. Like a lot of them are country music titles that work where I can like substitute, like do the wordplay of slipping rune in there because it's a runesmith and a wolf shifter.
Oh, very cool.
So I definitely would like to publish one more Dax book this year, and I might look at taking a break, maybe going back and doing. I've got some covers because we all have spare covers laying around. I have a couple Luke Iron Tree historical adventures. I might do one of those as kind of a fun mental break.
Fun. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
very cool.
Cool.
The vague plans for the rest of the year.
Awesome. So, is there anything that we haven't asked you that you want folks to know about you as an author, about your books, about your astrological
wife?
Yes, your astrological sign, your hopes and dreams, whatever.
I think they get enough of my devastatingly talented wife every time they listen.
Is there enough? Is that a thing?
Can there ever be enough?
I mean, not personally, but I don't know everybody who listens to your podcast.
There's never enough. Never enough for me.
Never enough.
No, other than that, I write urban fantasy, male protagonists, but very diverse cast. I try to where most of the worlds are kind of dark and gritty. I try to have the character group be wholesome's not quite the right word in a gritty setting, but their found family is a big trope that I love, and so usually tends to have a grumpy loner character, probably with a cat, and then they build a community around a diverse group of people who are just trying to survive in these dark settings to kind of create a good place where there's mutual support.
I love that. Found family is one of my favorite tropes too, and I do a lot of that in some of my women's fiction, especially, but and my witchy books. I love that, and I think that's something that people are really looking for, these days. So that's awesome.
But I do too. I do a lot of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, because like in your midlife series with the three women, they're like basically almost like sisters, kind of like that sort of supportive
And then
relationship.
in the fourth one, they just adopt this other
woman. Yeah,
like you're our friend now too.
Yeah. And I think that kind of reflects how we all are in real life too. We're all like, just like, okay, now you're my person. And the other person is like, what?
I mean, I think that you're right. Like the three of us and a lot of people that I know, really, I know people who have very intense bonds with the family that they were raised with.
Yeah.
But I know more people who have these bonds with like non-biological related people.
Yeah. Same. Yeah.
I mean, because like we're all family.
We are. We are the human family.
Our family.
Ooh, 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 ooh. We can only sing so much. We don't want to get sued by like somebody.
Anyone ever. Yeah. That's why I try to sing badly, not because I'm a bad singer, but I want it to be unrecognizable.
Well, thank you so much for joining us
wait,
today.
one more question.
Oh, wait, one more question?
Where do we find you?
Oh, yeah, where do we find you?
People want to know stuff. Where do they go?
I'm available at all the major online retailers. I'm available wide, so Amazon, Kobo, Google, Apple. Basically, you can find me pretty much anywhere you want to buy books.
Awesome.
You got an Insta?
My Insta, all of my Insta threads, Facebook are C. Thomas Lafollette.
Perfect. And we will be dropping those links in the show notes as per always.
As per always.
He has a newsletter, so sign up for the newsletter. It's much better than my newsletter because he sends one. So that's actually pretty cool.
And you get free novellas, actual novellas.
Yay, free book. Well, thank you
thank you
so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been fun.
I very much enjoyed that we got to do this in person, and that you not many authors invite me into their homes for the interviews.
Well, that's their loss.
Well, that was an excellent interview, and I hope you had a lot of fun in Portugal.
Oh my god, I can't wait to go back. I'm thinking of going back in 10 days.
I am thinking.
Okay, now I'm having a little panic attack.
Oh no, it'll be fine.
Soon.
Everything is going to be fine. I will stick myself in your suitcase and go with you.
You know how like several, like maybe 30 to 40 minutes ago, we were talking about black tourmaline in our G&Ts?
Oh yeah.
And I told the story about my bicep.
Yes.
Yeah, and so I texted my good caftan coven friends, and I'm like, this happened to me. And I'm really sad. And I need to figure out how to be less clumsy and stop hurting myself. I hope some of it ends when I leave this hellhole, because I've gotten hurt so many times here.
Yeah.
So many times that when we had to reschedule this recording session, Shaya's butler asked what I had done to myself.
He did.
And I was like, unfair. I did nothing. And then Shaya reminded me I actually had hurt my bicep, although that's not why we...
That was not why we had to reschedule, but you had actually done something. But it was funny as hell, because that was like the first thing out of his mouth.
But you told me black tourmaline, or because I'm like, I can barely lift my beer. And you said black tourmaline, or what else? Selenite?
Selenite is a good cleanser also, yeah.
And you did remind me at that point not to swallow it. And I was... like, I wanted to be insulted, but at the same time, I pulled my bicep. Like, bicep out.
Which is why I reminded you, because I'm like, I do not want to be responsible if she tries to inhale black tourmaline.
100% fair.
That's also something I would do, so I don't feel so bad warning other people.
Fortunately, my black tourmaline pieces are all about this big.
Yeah, that's
so it would have been really hard to choke on.
That would have taken some effort on your part, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, let's not do that.
Well, today I have an oracle deck, which a super awesome, amazing human/genius gave me.
9-9!
For Yule, the witch's kitchen. There we go. The witch's kitchen oracle cards. So I did the little shuffling.
Shuffly?
Yeah, shuffly thing, but I haven't pulled it yet. This is the back. with a little
Oh,
cauldron.
so pretty.
And a little like magical curls coming out from the cauldron. So interesting. This one is called Honey Ambrosia. And you got this little honey pot in the front with the little honey stick. And there's a little bee, a little honey bee. And what else do we have here? Oh, mortar and pestle, some honeycomb, a jar of salve made from honey. You've got clover honey, you've got beeswax candles. And in the background is like this sort of little magical sort of a shop or a magical lab, whatever you want to call it. And
I want a magic shop so bad.
I know, right? And there's a little black cat, you know, keeping his eye on things. So I'm going to pull this out. I mean, to me, honey always speaks of healthiness and abundance and, you know, the sweet things in life. But let's see what the card has to, or what the write-up here has to say. Ambrosia. Or is it under honey? Might be under honey. Anyway. All right, so there's ginger, garlic, honey. Here we go. All right. It says, food for the gods, liquid delight. Spread me at breakfast, drink me at night. Taste of ambrosia.
That's sexy.
I know, right? Taste of ambrosia, sugary sweet. Honeybee nectar, magical treat. The magic is worked with harm to none, so mote it be, there it is done.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so honey's guidance. Allow me to add a little sweetness to your life as I help you out of the sticky situation you've fallen into.
Sticky situation.
I am food for the gods, the celestial nectar who has been worshipped for thousands of years by almost every culture for my amber-hued delights. Drizzle me over baked goods or stir me in a hot drink to eliminate the bitter taste you've experienced lately. Keep going, your hard work will pay off, just like the honeybee who works tirelessly. My golden liquid has graced royal tables from breakfast to dinner in the forms of honey and mead. Ooh, mead, yum. Time for a little honey magic as you add me to spells. My potency magnifies results. So if you're doing a little spell and you want to magnify it, add a little honey. My cleansing, healing, and antiseptic powers are immortal, and I guarantee the longevity of your success as you taste ambrosia. This is, ooh. And then there's a little bit of information in this, like there's a little recipe, there's a little bit of history about honey. They found honey in the pyramids, like 4,000-year-old honey, and it's still potable. Like you could still eat it.
Who tried it?
Probably some archaeologists. You know what they're like? They're always licking bones and things. Seriously, they do. They lick bones. I've seen them do it.
I'm 12, I'm 12.
I know. It's like, oh, and the really cool thing is they've started using it the last few years in hospitals for people who are allergic to antibiotic ointments. They have used it as ointment for like burns and things like that.
Oh, I did not know that. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about where we can get all the stuff. Like, yeah. I actually might know all the stuff because your friend slash genius,
human slash genius,
that bought. I know her, so I know where that came from.
Yes.
But like Chris's books,
you know Chris, so you know where. Yeah.
And his website is C. Thomas Lafollette, and that will be linked in the show notes. The recipe will be in the show notes, but it's a gin and tonic. So it's a gin
and tonic.
And
if you like lime, yes.
And I have a lime garnish that fell into my gin.
Ah, nice. And if you don't like gin or you're allergic to juniper berries, you can
you're out of gin.
You can use vodka. You can use soju. You can even use bourbon if you want, you know. Yeah,
that sounds really good.
I love bourbon. Trust me, if you don't like bourbon, don't do it.
Don't do it.
Vodka works well. Yeah.
So all the stuff will be in the show notes.
Like and subscribe.
Smash that like button, bitches.
Share with your witches. Share with your witchy friends and enemies.
everybody else.
And everybody else.
Please follow us. Please leave ratings and reviews. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like, say really nice things about us.
Because we're awesome and we love you too. So love us back.
And if there's somebody you want us to interview, if you want to be interviewed, just
let us know.
Drop us a note in our Instagram DMs, and one of us will get back to you, because we love talking to people.
We
literally.
Absolutely.
And we want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And if you have any questions or suggestions or whatever, do it all. Like, maybe my gin and tonic was too big.
And on that, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.